We're going to get started. We've got a long program today, so we got to get rolling. I'd like to welcome everybody from out of state. This is the first NCNA and CCNS conference that we've kind of merged together this year. So welcome everybody for coming. I'd like to thank Linco for all of their hard work getting this building up and going for us so we could have this event here. And then also thank Deborah for all of your hard work getting everything going so we can take tidbits away from this and take them back to our operations. Won't go too long. I'm going to give it over to Deborah and Nate to talk about the ACT PPA 7721 project to get started here. Okay. Nate, come on up. Yeah. That's why she told me not to speak for very long.
That's right. So for my friends that are here with me today, you know that I can barely say good morning in 15 minutes. So this is going to be quite a challenge for me, but I'll be as brief as I can. So again, let me take off what Heidi said. Thank you all for coming. We greatly appreciate you taking the time and coming. I know everybody's busy. I know everybody has multiple projects going on. Everybody in the citrus industry has to multitask for sure these days, so I appreciate everyone taking time to come. I also need to reach out and say thank you to Deborah. You wouldn't have this program today if it wasn't for her effort and her work. If it had been up to the amount of work I had put into the program, we'd be standing at the Circle K store in the parking lot sharing a cup of coffee, having a chat. So we can't get these things done. It takes quite a bit of teamwork to get them done, and it's incredibly important to recognize the team that does it. So in the California Citrus Nursery Society and the National Citrus Nurseries Association, there are groups of people in the background who are putting a lot of time and effort into it. So we need to recognize the work that they do. Deborah has tasked me with saying a couple of things, so let me do that really quick. This sheet right here, everybody should see this on your table. This is a survey right here. You can scan this with your QR code. We really need everybody to take advantage of the survey and do it. It is part of our PPA 271 grant that we need to do, and it's also about collecting information about helping us know what direction to move forward with. So please take care of that. 2, you should have this little one right here, this other QR code. This little QR code is the program. So if you need to see the program, the time, the dates, you can scan this and it's on there. The other 2 sheets you have with 2 QR codes, they are different, and Deborah is going to talk about those. So I will not interrupt in that way or on that subject. All right. Quick update. So the National Citrus Nursery Association, we are still a young, new organization. We're still growing, but we are a national association of citrus nurseries. If people are interested in it, please reach out to members who were here and have a discussion. We do have a website that's up and running. We have multiple processes. Come on in, everybody, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. We do have multiple things in the work, but let me just talk about the 3 main goals of the National Citrus Nursery Association. Number 1, we want to continue to work with the USDA to build a better relationship and improve what we think needs to be improved in the National Citrus Nursery Stock Protocol. So in other words, if you want to ship citrus outside of your state, you have to be in the National Citrus Nursery Stock Protocol and have a USDA certification. Part of the rules of that certification, we as an association disagree with, and we want to work towards fixing those. So that's item number 1. We have been working on that. USDA is here, and we are in dialogue with them. And I appreciate them being here as well and taking time to participate in the conversation so we can kind of meet our mutual goals. Item number 2 for the NCNA is we would like to develop a national insurance program to help with the structure. So you make a lot of investment, you have a structure. In the event of a natural disaster that's outside of your control, that could be in my part of the world, right, it could be a hurricane. In your part of the world here in California, it could be a windstorm or perhaps even a fire that, breach the structure and those kinds of things. If you're in the Middle West, of course, it could be a tornado. Just depends on where you're located. But every part of the country has natural disasters. We would like to build an RMA-supported program for insurance to help cover the cost of that structure. Item number 3 is actually probably the heaviest lift in the bunch. We need better funding for citrus nursery research nationally. Our goal would be to try to develop a national funding to do citrus nursery research. So a competitive grant kind of application process that would fund work in the citrus nursery industry. So I could go down a long list of challenges that we all have in the citrus nursery. Any of those challenges that we can eliminate, of course, improves bottom line and reduces cost to the end consumer. So things for us to work on. Those are the 3 main topics that we have and that we're focused on. I'll stop and take a quick break. Everybody's looking at me with big eyes and thinking, okay, this guy needs to sit down and be quiet. Anybody have any questions? No? Wouldn't even dare break the seal on the question. Okay.
You're doing great.
All right, so I'll let it go with that on NCNA. Also, we got to thank our sponsors, right? We don't put these things on without people participating with us and sponsoring. So there are multiple sponsors here. You'll see their lists up around here. So if you don't know them, introduce yourself to them. They would be happy to sell you something. Eric Stewie, who we do a lot of business with over here, for example, will be happy to send you container loads of anything that he has. So he will make that arrangement for you or help you get that there. Okay, and with that, I don't think I even went over 15 minutes. I think I did good. I will turn it over to Deborah. And while she makes her way up, she has a video she's going to present to us, I believe.
Yeah.
All right.
We made a little educational video for the NCNA, which is here. Let's see. And then before I launch the video, we cannot talk about everything today. There is way too many topics. So we decided that we can have, some QR code for other topics. We are going to have additional webinar and online and other meetings. So, but this one, it's about metabolic modeling. Is a very new kind of research that is going on between different universities in San Diego, UC Riverside, UC San Diego, and then in Florida. And please, we are trying to make simple educational videos for people and podcasts. So we made podcasts, and you can hear them whenever you want, when you're driving, to understand more what metabolic modeling can do for the citrus industry. So, feel free to, later on, to scan the QR code and watch what's about. And then there is another one that is on this project as well. We always talk at the national level, what people think about GMOs. Would your customer buy a GMO tree? So we actually have in the same project, it's like a $1 million project with CDFA and USDA. There is people from computer science and people from science policy that actually, they did a lot of work to go behind the scene in social media and gather information on what actually people think about GMOs. So again, you can scan the QR code, you can go and read. Again, there is, we publish a couple papers about it. So you can go and listen the podcast on those and understand what people think about it. If you get a GMO tree, would people accept that kind of? And there is many other information in there. All right. And now we are going to launch. It's just the first version. So we're going to improve that with Nate and the committee. This year, but this is, all right.
Growing the future of citrus, America's nurseries are at the core.
Citrus fruits are more than just a juicy snack. They're a vital part of our diet, from the breakfast table to dinner. In the US, citrus growers and nursery industries are a cornerstone of American agriculture, contributing billions to the economy and providing livelihoods for thousands. Yet both growers and nurseries face unprecedented challenges, from evolving regulatory landscapes to the relentless threat of diseases like Huanglongbing or citrus greening disease. In response to these daunting challenges, unified efforts emerged to safeguard the future of citrus nurseries nationwide through the National Citrus Nursery Association, NCNA, and USDA APHIS initiatives. These collaborative efforts drive shared goals to strengthen the industry. Over recent years, we've embarked on a mission to unite diverse voices within the citrus nursery industry: growers, researchers, policymakers, and stakeholders. In 2022, this mission gained momentum with the NCNA establishment and started to hold informal meetings. During these gatherings, NCNA representatives identified and ranked key industry challenges. These included the transition to fully enclosed production systems, adapting to protected culture programs requiring multifaceted measures to prevent disease and insect vector entry. We also confronted the complexities arising from rezoning due to the detection of Huanglongbing, HLB disease trees. These changes restricted plant material movement and necessitated adaptive strategies. Modifications to quarantine protocols led to increased pesticide applications, impacting both practices and costs for nurseries. The NCNA understands that the future of the citrus industry hinges on healthy, disease-free nursery stock, and working together, sharing knowledge, and implementing best practices to create a more resilient and sustainable citrus nursery industry. This collaborative approach is essential to overcome the complex challenges facing citrus production. Working together, we are building a foundation for a sustainable future. The USDA APHIS Plant Protection Act 7721 project represents a significant step forward in this collaborative journey. Since its inception, it has facilitated stakeholder meetings that foster open dialogue and collaboration, leading to a comprehensive review of policies and regulations in citrus nursery production. Discussions during virtual and in-person roundtable meetings brought national issues to the forefront, especially on managing interstate nursery stock movement and revising testing rules for greater efficiency. A key focus was addressing non-compliance with discussions on strategies to deter the movement of non-certified material. One innovative idea was implementing a seal of approval identified by a specific PPQ number symbol or logo on each tree. This endorsement would signify compliance with industry standards, enhancing trust and accountability within the sector. Concerns over home growers unknowingly spreading HLB disease due to a lack of clear information on proper treatment and care were also discussed. Additionally, stakeholders explored the Risk Management Agency (RMA) crop insurance program of the USDA, emphasizing its potential to provide financial protection for agricultural producers against losses due to adverse events. The grower discussions highlighted the importance of tailoring such programs to address the unique challenges faced by citrus nurseries, ensuring better risk management and economic stability for the industry. The topics highlighted underscore the need for a unified policy and collaborative efforts to develop comprehensive solutions. The discussion helped to identify areas where policies can be strengthened or streamlined to better support sustainable practices. One significant accomplishment was the in-depth review and feedback on the 2019 Interstate Movement of Citrus Nursery Stock Protocols. Between 2022 and 2024, the NCNA teams worked closely with USDA APHIS PPQ officials. In July 2023, we held a pivotal meeting with USDA APHIS in Columbus, Ohio. This event was instrumental in fostering cooperation and coordination between various organizations within the citrus nursery industry. Through these important discussions, we promoted open communication and problem-solving among industry stakeholders. We started to bridge the gaps within our industry by aligning on best practices and innovative solutions. By engaging with policymakers and regulators, the project aims to foster a more supportive environment for the sustainability of citrus nurseries, mapping the road ahead. By focusing on sustainable practices, we ensure the longevity and health of citrus nurseries for future generations. The USDA APHIS Plant Protection Act 7721 project is a testament to the power of collaboration and innovation in the agricultural sector. Together, we are building a brighter, more sustainable future for the citrus industry. Looking ahead to 24 to 25, the USDA PPA 7721 project has outlined ambitious objectives to further enhance citrus nursery sustainability. Building on the momentum of our first-year project activities in California, we're setting our sights on Texas for 2025. This state, rich in citrus heritage, will be the focal point of our in-person activities. We plan on hosting a major conference and field trips to foster deeper connections among stakeholders. The objectives for the coming year are clear. Enhance the NCNA website with interactive tools for webinars and discussions, and create educational and outreach material. Broaden our membership base and encourage active participation. We aim to create a unified, collaborative voice in policy development and advocacy. Our goal is to involve a diverse group of at least 150 industry stakeholders, including nurseries, regulators, academics, and experts from across the country. We also aim to elevate stakeholder engagement through a mix of in-person events and virtual meetings. We'll increase the frequency and quality of our interactions, ensuring that every stakeholder has a seat at the table. Promoting the use of certified nursery stock and bolstering public support for APHIS initiatives will also be critical to our efforts. We'll work to enhance understanding and acceptance of essential plant pest and disease eradication efforts vital for the sustainability of our industry. To keep the dialogue ongoing, the project will also continue to facilitate stakeholder engagement and knowledge sharing through virtual panel discussions, webinars, and interactive surveys by empowering stakeholders with the information and resources they need. The project aims to drive widespread adoption of sustainable practices, growing a healthier future. Through these concerted efforts, we expect to see significant benefits, increased adoption of best practices leading to healthier, disease-free citrus nursery stock, stronger alignment between nurseries and regulatory bodies ensuring that policies support industry growth, enhanced competitiveness of U.S. citrus nurseries in the global market, and improved public understanding and support of crucial plant protection initiatives. By fostering collaboration, promoting best practices, and advocating for policy changes, the project is laying the groundwork for a more sustainable and resilient citrus nursery industry. Joining hands, a call to action for all citrus stakeholders. The challenges we face are complex, but together we have the power to shape a resilient and prosperous future for the U.S. citrus nursery industry. Your participation is crucial. Whether you're a grower, policymaker, academic, or industry partner, there's a role for you in this initiative. Visit our website to learn more, become a member, and stay updated on upcoming events and opportunities. Let's collaborate, innovate, and cultivate a thriving citrus industry together. Thank you for being a part of this journey. We look forward to what we can achieve in the year ahead and beyond.